Okay, so today I am setting up for a leopard gecko. So the first thing you'll need is a 10-gallon tank. And now a 10-gallon tank is perfect for a leopard gecko, but you could use bigger one. As you can see, it's a bit dirty from other animals I used. So, and the next thing you'll need is light bulb. Next thing we need is light bulbs and a heat lamp. So this is a night heat bulb. It's a night heat bulb. It's 75 watts. And the next thing we have is a UVB bulb. It says ideal for bearded dragons, and I don't know how to read that. And iguanas, and hey look, leopard geckos and geckos, snakes and tortoises. And now this is a heat lamp. So that's all you need for the heating. But if you want to go fancy, so sure you could go get some some special thingamajiggy to keep the heat in the tank nice. So the next thing we'll need is a brick of eco-off. So now this brick of eco-off is actually a half brick, and for one brick of eco-off, one brick, it takes a gallon. But for half a brick, as you would imagine, it would take half a gallon. And so now the next thing you need is a watering dish. And now some people use some fancy thingamajigs for watering dishes, but for me, I just use this. But you could also use this, like a lid from. It has to be washed out. I'm supposed to use residue, but still, you could use some scrap stuff for watering dishes, because I don't go all fancy. And the reason you know that is because the hide I got, and this is a hide I got. Now, some of you might not be familiar with a hide. With a hide, but a hide is just like a cave for the leopard gecko. And as you can see, I cut a hole out, and all the ridges were sharp, so I hot glued the ridges. See, I hot glued it. So I have to make sure that nothing is too sharp enough to hot glue. That nothing is sharp enough to cut your pet's skin. And so the next thing we need is some sphagnum moss. So we have a lot here, and I would just spread it all over the tank and spritz it. And also, this is the first time that I got a reptile from a pet store. Sometimes they keep snakes that I catch, but sometimes they die. But most of the time they die. So yeah, and here's a tip that you should remember: never keep a wild snake as your pet, because that snake, if it's wild, will not eat, and will probably die off soon. I learned that the hard way. Oh, this is like a branch I found outside. So we can just use any branch you find outside for decoration, such as these rocks I found outside. And you don't have to wash them. Some people do, but I don't wash them. I just put them in my tank. And now, do not use sand for leopard geckos, because leopard geckos like to dig, and they'll eat most of the dirt that they dig, and they'll eat a lot of dirt. But they cannot digest sand as well as eco-off. So we gotta remember that. Now, a lot of videos say I'm a professional, but they use sand. Even in some pet stores, they use sand for leopard geckos, and they're like, come on. So yeah, and now the next thing we need is reptile calcium, and now you sprinkle it on the crickets, and it makes it puts high calcium in them. So like the same stuff you won't get in the wild, but it'll make your gecko live a longer life. So yeah. I strongly advise you to sprinkle the food and the bugs you're about to give your leopard gecko with calcium. And now, last but not least, you'll need egg cartons. But now, this is not for the leopard geckos exactly. It's for the food. You see, you could breed crickets if you want, and like you could put them in a bin with this. You could put them in a bin with a bunch of egg cartons and some food for them, and then they'll be good to go. And you could breed them if you got male and female. And also, this is not an egg carton. What is an egg carton is this. That's an egg carton, but this is a drink holder. So now it is time to get started on actually making the tanks. So I have this half a chunk of Eagle here and this dechlorinated half of a jug of not orange juice. It's obviously dechlorinated, and you need to use dechlorinated water. But an orange juice but this thing is half a gallon, so we'll be good. So just put. And now you could wait 30 minutes. It's gonna go faster if you put it in warmer water. But what I do is just like rummage with it and like dose it in a couple times, and then I actually use it with my hands to mash it up. But it's okay if you don't want to get your hands dirty, so just do what you want from the eagle off. The eagle off is waiting on here. I'm gonna get back to working on. I'm working on something else. Okay, turns out I just forgot about something that I can't really do anything except for just talk when the eagle off is waiting. So I will just talk. Here are some tips for a leopard gecko. Spritz the tank once a week. And also feed it live animals. And here's something else. Most geckos, leopard geckos, if you get them at pet stores, they'll juveniles, which are like mid-adult. They're not almost adult, but juveniles cost $35. On the other hand, adults cost $79. So just remember that the next time you want to get a leopard gecko. I would settle on a juvenile because they are cheaper. Done with the eagles. Now, obviously, I'm taking my hands a little bit. Now look, and the reason I like eagles is because look how much water comes out. Just here. That's why I like eagle off so much. It packs in so much water, and it's really easy it's for animals to dig in. That's why I like it. So I'm gonna put this in the tank now. So I got all the eagle off settled in. Now, so now I am gonna put the moss on. I got you there, didn't I? You thought I. Well, I don't know if he thought I was gonna put the hide on, but actually, I'm going to put the moss on. Okay, so I've got the moss, and I'm gonna put it in. So I have my moss here. And so now it's time to put the hide. Now, moss does not need sunlight. I'm gonna put the hide over the moss. There. Thinking. So now, one thing you should know that leopard geckos lifespan is about 15 years. So next we'll need some rocks. I'm gonna put the rocks in some rocky places where a rock would be. And now, because I don't want to take up most of the room with this hide, I'm gonna make a bit of a tower up to the hide, and that's why this rock is there. Although I think I might turn it around and put it like this. There. Now it's more of a place up to the hide. And now I'm gonna drop this down. This twig. So that It's not the end of my glorious hide. It's not the end. I'm going to do some more adjustments. This is some rainbows which I found outside. I also found some cypress. Okay, not a very dramatic throw. I need to try that again. I also found some cypress. There, that's better. Now that's a nice throw. And I'm gonna make like some mulch pile. I'm gonna throw all this stuff in here, all this brambles in here, to the tank. So now is a big ta-da, ta-da! You may applaud. No. So right here we got this digging pile, cause like I said, they like to dig with some cypress, but also they can like dig on the eco off, and now got this big stick sticking out for no reason, and then this is a hide. You see, yeah, the opening, and then it's just dark. They love darkness. And here's some rocks that can go up on the hide. So yeah, I think it's a pretty well tank, if I do say so myself. But I'm not quite finished yet, because I still have to make some adjustments. I'll show you when that will be it. When it's going to be officially done. And now, the masterpiece, the great pizzazz, is ready. Ta-da! Isn't it amazing? Okay, so most tanks look like this, but still, I think it's pretty neat. And now you can see there's moss here. Look at the dirt. And as I said, it traps in water. So see, all that water traps in so much water, and that's why I love it. Isn't it so beautiful? And now, I wish you could smell it, because it smells amazing. It smells like moss and dirt, which smells pretty good to me. And now, the final adjustment will be the leopard gecko, which I am getting tomorrow.